In November 1942, shortly after the Japanese take over Burma, a group of Chinese men from the Green Gang are unloading opium in Calcutta but get ambushed, with their leader being brutally blinded by a mysterious figure. Udharan. 3 months later, the leader decides to return to Calcutta to investigate their missing opium. Meanwhile, Ajit Kumar Banerjee approaches Byomkesh Bakshy so he can find his missing father Bhuvan Banerjee. Byomkesh initially rejects the request but decides to check it out after his lover marries someone else. The following day, he visits the lodging house Bhuvan resided in, run by physician Dr. Anukul Guha, and takes a room to investigate. He finds Bhuvan's pawn box with Ashwini Babu, Bhuvan's roommate, and deduces that he was murdered. Byomkesh visits the closed chemical factory where Bhuvan used to work, where he meets an actress, Anguri Devi, a movie actress and a friend of the owner Gajanan Sikdar. Byomkesh finds some letters with Anguri Devi and deduces that Bhuvan was blackmailing Sikdar, and Sikdar might have killed Bhuvan and hid his body in the factory. Byomkesh and Dr. Guha return to the factory and find Bhuvan's body in a machine, causing Deputy Commissioner Wilkie to question Sikdar. However, Byomkesh discovers the letters are falsely backdated and saves Sikdar from being framed. Byomkesh follows him home but is stopped by Anguri Devi, who attempts to seduce him. Gently rebuffing her, he goes to meet Sikdar, who immediately has a fit and passes away, having been poisoned. Suspicion falls on Sukumar, who was seen making death threats to Sikdar. Dr. Guha leaves Calcutta temporarily but sends Byomkesh a stamp, confirming he had faked the letters and killed Bhuvan. Satyavati, Sukumar's sister, pleads with Byomkesh to help her brother, who she believes is innocent and in hiding. Byomkesh finds the cab Sukumar was last seen in, and the driver directs him to the office of Dr. Watanabe, a Japanese dentist. Byomkesh and Ajit go to meet Watanabe, saying they are volunteers for Sukumar's Basant Panchami agitation. But Watanabe sees through them and sends a real volunteer to tail them. Having observed this, Byomkesh disguises himself and Ajit before following the volunteer back to Watanabe's office. Discovering the ruse, Watanabe murders the volunteer and his receptionist before escaping. The two enter his office and see their corpses. Byomkesh finds a drawing in the volunteer's pocket. Udharan Chenne. Returning to the lodge, they meet Dr. Guha, who admits he and Sukumar are working with the Japanese to free the country, with Sukumar to lead a Free Bengal, and murdered Bhuvan and Sikdar for betraying them. Returning to their room, Ajit vents about his father, revealing Bhuvan had lost his job at Hind Chemicals when they learned his master formula contained opium and addicted customers. Realizing Ashwini is addicted to Bhuvan's custom pan blend, Byomkesh takes a chew and euphorically creates a mural of his understanding of the entire case, revealing Sikdar said the words, "young gun," to him before dying. The next morning, Byomkesh tests the mixture and his own blood. While his blood contains heroin, the pan is clean, making him deduce that Bhuvan had created an untraceable formula. Byomkesh learns from Kani Dao, a fellow lodge resident and licensed opium dealer, that the opium supply in the local areas has been halted, and asks him if he can help Byomkesh meet any heroin suppliers. However, Kani turns out to be a police informer and turns Byomkesh and Ajit into Deputy Commissioner Wilkie. Wilkie tells Byomkesh about Yang Wang, a former Green Gang leader who wanted Calcutta's opium business for himself and was killed in retaliation but reportedly survived. Byomkesh realizes Sikdar was referring to him. Udharan. Byomkesh discovers the drawing actually depicts the course of the Ganges through Calcutta and Sukumar's campaign points. With Kani's help, Byomkesh meets with the Green Gang, where they realize Yang had set a deal with the Japanese to use opium smuggling routes to invade Calcutta by surprise on Basant Panchami, in turn giving Yang control over the city's drug trade. Byomkesh also realizes that Anguri Devi is Yang's lover, who she has not met in 4 years. And she had killed Sikdar and attempted to seduce Byomkesh on his orders while being unaware of Yang's deal with the Japanese. With the attack scheduled for the next day, Byomkesh meets Wilkie and requests him to set off all the air raid sirens at 4 in the morning. But Wilkie refuses, and Kani defects to Byomkesh for saving him from the Green Gang. Byomkesh requests Dr. Guha, Satyavati, Sukumar and Dr. Watanabe to meet him at the lodge, pretending to have joined them and claiming they have been betrayed. At the lodge, he reveals Dr. Guha is Yang Guang, conned the idealistic Sukumar into his deal, and plans to make Calcutta the drug capital of the world. Byomkesh states he informed the authorities about the landing points, but Yang claims he is bluffing. Anguri Devi attempts to dissuade Yang, nearly shooting him, but he shows affection to draw her in before stabbing her. The air raid sirens are set off. Using this, Byomkesh convinces Watanabe to leave and stop the attack to save his men. The Green Gang, having secretly observed the proceedings with Kani's help, attack Yang. Byomkesh informs a panicking Satyavati that he was indeed bluffing before being struck unconscious. In the chaos, regaining consciousness, Byomkesh is told by Ajit that the Green Gang has taken Yang. Byomkesh asks Satyavati to marry him, to which she smiles in reply. Meanwhile, the Green Gang's blinded leader orders his son to blind Yang in revenge at an abandoned factory. But Yang purposely blinds himself with the poker to turn the tables and kill the gang instead, planning the same for Byomkesh. As the factory siren rings, Byomkesh realizes something amiss.